Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Today was the day, the Nintendo Direct E3, and, well, we got Animal Crossing. We got the new Animal Crossing Switch game announced. You can see my trailer reaction if you haven't seen it already. It was very funny because they basically it felt like they weren't showing Animal Crossing footage at first, but they did. And this is Animal Crossing New Horizons, and what today's video is going to be is a trailer breakdown video on what was basically in that Nintendo Direct of Animal Crossing, what they showed of the new game. So guys, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit the like button down below. I'm new to the Animal Crossing community, would love to make obviously more videos on Animal Crossing, so your likes and support sort of video really appreciated. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Animal Crossing New Horizons and of course Pokemon Sword and Shield, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. So first of all, I have to start off this video by saying that Animal Crossing New Horizons has unfortunately been delayed from 2019 to March 2020. This is really unfortunate, but it was most likely going to release really late 2019 anyway, so a delay by a couple of months isn't too bad. It is disappointing, but I'd rather have, you know, a game that they are happy with to release rather than rushing games out. We know that doesn't really work. Okay, so let's break down this trailer, this first Animal Crossing New Horizons trailer, which looks radically different to what we've seen from Animal Crossing games before. So the first thing we're going to look at is the start of the trailer, and this is actually before we really knew it was Animal Crossing. And what we see here is a line that says, "The Nook Inc. Getaway Package charter flight will soon be arriving at the deserted island." So first of all, this is the first Animal Crossing game with planes that I know of. Whether planes will be a key feature for Animal Crossing New Horizon, I don't know, but it's fair to assume that it's going to be how we connect to other players, like the train station in New Leaf. Or it's fair to assume that we could be taken to other islands on boats by Cap'n. Either way, I definitely think that one of these will be the case. And speaking of islands, that's correct, Animal Crossing New Horizons won't take place in your usual Animal Crossing town. It looks like you'll be on a desert island, and it's up to you what you do with it. It's more freedom than being the mayor of your town that we saw in New Leaf. We didn't think you could do much more, but it's just crazy to see how much freedom players are going to have and what their towns, or sorry, desert islands in this case, will look like when you put a lot of time into them. So I can't wait to see what you can actually do in this game and what you can actually build. But moving on to the first gameplay footage really, here we see our Animal Crossing villager in a green Hawaiian shirt with your typical coconut trees, seashells, and we can see on the right is what looks like a common butterfly, although its pattern looks more like a tiger butterfly, so I'm not sure if this is a tiger butterfly in like really bright lighting or it's a new butterfly entirely. But right at the end of the shot we can also see a dragonfly peering out behind a coconut tree. It seems to me to be a Dana dragonfly. Now after that we can see our villager at the rock at the end of the beach, and I'm assuming like New Leaf will be able to swim in the sea, but so far we don't have any confirmation of that. We can also see some islands in the background. Maybe we'll be able to have like multiple islands we can build stuff on, or maybe this is just kind of symbolizing that, you know, your friends and other Animal Crossing players, you know, are on islands very close to yours. It could be either one. After that, we see our villager appearing in front of a tent, and they mention that it's actually their tent because they've just set it up. We can also see an apple tree in the background, as well as a branch on the ground, which will be very important. So next we see the villager shaking a tree and a branch falling out. Now these branches can be used to craft different items. That's right, crafting looks to be a big element in Animal Crossing New Horizons, as you can make things anywhere. Here we get our first look at Tom Nook and either Timmy or Tommy, it's hard to really say, and it's here at Tom Nook's tented workshop where we can use materials we've found to craft items for us to use. We can also see what looks like an ATM, so this is either a way to save bells or purchase items using Tom Nook points like we have in previous games. Now here we can see the villager using their branches they've collected to craft a flimsy axe. I'm assuming that we'll be able to make better equipment than this, with either getting rarer materials or improving our crafting skill. Also, I'm really hoping our equipment doesn't break all the time, although it won't be a first with how axes break in the games beforehand. Now next up, we can see the villager using the flimsy axe they just crafted to cut down a tree. We can also see some different wood on the ground that looks stronger than the branches we can get. After cutting into the tree, we can see that some pale wood pops out, and that looks different to the one above it. It also seems to be that trees cannot be cut down just using axes, so there is ways to move trees, we'll get onto in a little bit, but it looks like you can just get as much wood from trees as you want, or you can get a certain amount per day from a tree, but cutting it into it, it won't cut down the tree. Now after hitting the rock we can see different material appear, not sure what this is for really. We can also see a villager placing down an item outside. Now by the looks of it we can place items anywhere around the island, as a villager places a log seat down. You can also see a portable radio, a beach towel, a campfire, a pair of shoes, and a fruit drink. Also, let's just look how pretty this game looks. This looks incredible. This is what I wanted from Animal Crossing Switch in terms of graphics. Next we get a little time lapse of the villager doing different things around their tent. Now around the tent, basically what you guys can see is like flowers or daffodils, but it seems to be like weeds. They seem to have redesigned the weeds and you can clear them up, and as you can see it looks a lot nicer, the ground, without them kind of cluttering it up. So we can also see a bench that the villager has crafted and a camping lantern next to it. And after that we can see a cup of tea on the bench. Please, I pray that we can cook food. That's something I've been asking for Animal Crossing games for ages. I said that maybe if you cook food and then eat it, because you can obviously eat fruit in a game but it does nothing. Maybe it will give you a stat boost or something, like make rarer fish spawn. I was saying, you know, stuff like that. But I just couldn't really think of a way how they could link. But definitely cooking food would be fantastic, and maybe it looks like they're either for display or you can actually do something with these items. So hopefully we can cook food, but we'll have to see. So after that, the villager places a homemade bath outside the tent. They also plant a few things along with a tree. We can also see that we can either craft or buy a watering can, and maybe these things that are planted around the tree are vegetables which we can use to cook. I'm still going for the cooking thing, hopefully that is a thing. And then we see clothes on a washing line and a campfire to cook food. This makes it very likely that, you know, we'll be able to either craft and cook food or just have things around the island that makes us look like we can cook food. Either way, it's better than nothing, I guess, if that's the case. And, you know, I mean, we're going to have to cook food. We're on a deserted island. It's unlike the main Animal Crossing games. When you go to sleep, you kind of just assume your villager is eating and stuff because, you know, they should have food. It's a well-populated area. But this place is another case entirely. You literally just got nature around you, which is really interesting. This is just a drastic change for Animal Crossing. So after that, we can see the villager fishing and what looks to be an agrias butterfly flying to the right of them. It also looks like the villager catches a black bass. Unsure what this is. It probably is a black bass. It just looks a little bit different to what we've seen in the other Animal Crossing games. I think it's just because of the texture and, you know, the new graphics basically. And there's also a bucket behind them, which I'm assuming is where they're going to place the fish, maybe cook them. I've got to feel sorry for that black bass if that's true. And then we can see the villager catching a tiger butterfly. That's definitely a tiger butterfly. Unlike what we saw earlier, I was kind of unsure on. That's definitely what a tiger butterfly looks like in Animal Crossing. After that, we can see rainfall, and look how good the water effects look on the river. It's just such a pretty game, guys. It looks absolutely amazing. We can also see the villager rushing to get their washing in because of the rain. I don't think you really need to put washing out. I think it's just more of a decoration thing. That I just thought it was quite funny. It's a kind of a clever little thing. Then as nighttime falls, we can see fireflies, just, you know, stuff we can expect in Animal Crossing games, like bugs that appear at nighttime. Fireflies are definitely one of them. And then after that, this is weird, we can see a new pole vault contraption that allows you to basically hop over rivers. That's definitely new. I'm not sure if I think it's just basically a way to just get around your island quicker. And then finally, we get to see our first animal villager on the island, and this is Olivia. It's also interesting to see her just sitting down and not walking around like how villagers usually do in Animal Crossing towns, so I'm hoping that villagers will have a lot more charm and just do a lot of different things that we've never seen villagers do before. We can also dig up trees and pocket them, so I'm assuming we can just move them around the island if we don't like where a tree is, because it doesn't look like we can cut them down with our axe. We can only craft material or get material to craft with from using an axe on trees. So I'm assuming this is what it's for. You use your shovel on the tree and you can just place it somewhere else on your island. I like the sound of that. It's also worth pointing out that we can see mushrooms and apples on the ground. Obviously just apples have fallen from the tree, and the mushroom is something that you see in autumn in Animal Crossing. Now next we see the island in winter with two other villagers. It looks like the sheep villager on the left is new, as I don't recognise them. I've had a look through like the past sheep villagers and there's not really any that look like that. And then they also seem to be talking to a wolf villager that I think is Freya, who has been in the Animal Crossing series. Looks a little bit different, but I think just because of the new graphics and the new lighting, that's why they look a bit different. And then after that, we get to see a first look at the inside of someone's home, and this is Fuchsia's home. I think I said that right, probably not. And it looks amazing. The graphics look so good. It just looks great. And we can also see a crafting table on the left of Fuchsia's house, so I'm assuming that villagers can also craft their own things like we can. Now after that, we can see a new cementing feature that allows us to create our very own paths. This is a first, really. I mean, we've been placing patterns down for paths. I'm hoping we can still do that because these paths look kind of boring, or maybe at least have path designs that we can make and just place down. But it's nice to finally have like proper paths in an Animal Crossing game. Then we also see a cup of coffee, a garden swing, a workstation and a sign pointing to our home, and we also get to see the hamster Hamlet, which is quite nice. A little later we can see more work has been done to the town, and we can see the cherry blossoms blooming. It also looks like the things planted earlier were not vegetables but flowers, which is kind of unfortunate. We also get to see everybody's favourite villager, Goldie. Absolutely love Goldie. Personally not my favourite, but definitely up there. After we can see your villager running around a very well constructed island, we can see another player near the water tap on the right. And here's where things get crazy. We can see 8 villagers on one island, which means multiplayer is going to be much bigger than before. We also see one of the villagers holding a phone. This will be a very useful item, as I'm going to cover in my next video, whether that's out tonight or tomorrow. As of right now, recording this audio, and this is before editing and rendering the video and uploading, it's like 9 PM, so if I do have a video, it's either going to be really late tonight or tomorrow. But basically his gameplay on Nintendo Direct, the Nintendo Treehouse, and it shows you basically using your phone and a lot of other features. So expect that in the next one. I'll be breaking that one down as well. But guys, that is it for this Animal Crossing New Horizons trailer breakdown video. That is a long sentence. If you did enjoy this video, like I said earlier, a like is super appreciated. It helps out the channel more than you can know. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Animal Crossing New Horizons, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!